Hello, I'm back. So, we're going to get started. So, like I said, you need your loom, you need your pick, and you need your two skeins. Again, I'm using Mainstays, Basic, and this is called Purple Passion. Again, so before we get started, make sure that you have subscribed. Make sure that you have turned your notifications on, and please be sure to comment. So let's get started. So, you're going to make a slip knot. I've kind of gotten started already, but you are going to make a slip knot. You can go around it just as go around it at one time, because a you will need this part at the end. So what we are going to do, and like I said, I call these my two anchor pegs. We're going to use this one, and we're going to be working on this side. So if you place your loom down on your table or on your lap, you're going to be working on the other side, not this side that is close to you. So we're going to get started. So like I said, you grab your two strands of yarn, and like I said, you go between this one, the first one, and the second one. You go between it and you wrap around it. Move that out of the way. So again, you go, and I'm sorry, you're going to go, and let me pick it up. Maybe that'll be easier. Like I said, you keep this part out of the way because it will get tangled up. But like I said, so you go in between, you wrap it around, and then you go back. Okay, so you're gonna keep doing that, going back and forth, back and forth. And as you go, you may want to push these down. So you push those down, and please do not wrap too tight. You're gonna go in front of it, come around. Like I said, push down, go around it, and make sure you're just doing one at a time. And do not wrap it too tight. And see how I just slipped and left one out? So like I said, you just hold it like that, hold its place, go back around it, hold it, make sure you got all your strands together. So you're gonna go around, and like I said, you do want to make sure that you got both strands in your hand. You can use a bulky number 6. Make sure that you use just one strand. That is all you need. But if you do use a size 4, you will need 2 strands. And like I said, you just keep going around it, going around it. And now we're at the end. So now you got to figure out what to do now. So like I said, you came back around. So like I said, you're going to wrap it around. Make sure that it is pushed down, because now you're going to get ready to knit over. So we're coming straight across. And when I say straight across, that means it's going to be just like that. So you're going to go around, and you're going to come back on this side. So let me show that part again. So like I said, we go around, come back on your side, and then kind of tug it a little bit. So now what do? We go straight across, and we go right over here to the next one. and you just keep going back and forth. And I do want to note that one side will have 4 pegs at one end, and the other peg will only have 2. And I will show you in a minute. So here we go. Go straight across, wrap it around, and hold it. So now, and I'm going to show you, you see how we have 2 on the top and then 2 at the bottom. And then you look on here at the other end, we just have 2. So you just have 2 on this end. This end, you have 4. Then it's going to alternate. So you're always going to alternate between having 4 right here and having 2 right here. When you come back around, this one will have 4. This one will only have 2. So like I said, you're going to knit over, and you only pick up those bottom 2, bring them over. And like I said, the first one is always kind of tough. So then you can let it go. You don't have to hold it anymore. So then you just go back and forth between both sides. You can either do like I do, go back and forth like that, or you can go on one side and then come on the other side. And like I said, you always, if you're using the number 4, you always bring the 2 bottom loops over the top 2. And that lets you know that you have knitted off. And like I said, you use a number 4. If you use a number 6, only use 1. And the middle part, it will look a little funky, a little loose, but it is supposed to look like that. It will get better as you do it. And like I said, you make sure you grab both of the bottom. And as you are going, you want to push them down so they won't be in the way. And like I said, you get the bottom 2. And like I said, they do have the slow option, so you can go back. You can go back and rewind it. If I went a little too fast, I was trying to go as slow as I could. And like I said, you just keep pushing them down because now it is time to wrap again. So we see how loose it is in the middle. That is okay for that to look like that. And again, you want to make sure that your hanging yarn is out of the way so it does not get mixed up. So this is the last one that we wrapped. So you still have the yarn coming from here. So what we're going to do is go straight across. And again, remember how I said one peg will have 4 and the next one will have 2? This one is the one that has 2. This one had 4 at first. So like I said, you just keep going around. I'm going the wrong way. And make sure you pull enough. I'm gonna sit this down. Make sure you pull enough yarn coming from your working yarn so you won't have to constantly pull it or it won't stop you. So again, we're gonna go just like that. And like I said, whatever way is comfortable for you to hold it that way. And you never want to pull it too tight to where it does not work for you. So remember I said we would have 4 on this end, and you will have to hold that, and you have just 2 on this end. So you always want to knit off the one that has 4, because if you do not hold it, this whole thing will come apart, and that's what we don't want to happen. So we knit that off, and now you can knit off the rest. And like I said, you do not want to wrap these extremely tight, because what will happen is your yarn will break, or it will be impossible to get the bottom 2 over the top 2. And also you want to determine what size how long you want it to go. There is no particular size, whether this is for an adult or for a child. Like I said, you just measure it with your eyeballs. With this one, we're going to do this one for an adult. So this one will be pretty long. But yeah. So like I said, I'm going to leave you to work with this. We're going to go over this one more time. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section. And that will help. And like I said, every time that you are done e-wrapping, you want to push your pegs down. Now, whether you use your hand, because I know some people have carpal tunnel, so some people cannot use their hands. Use that knitting tool to push them down, so when you get ready to wrap again, you don't have any problems. And they're down at the bottom. They're down at the bottom on that side as well. This is supposed to look like this. So do not worry yourself. If it looks like this, then you're doing it right. And also, about this time, you can release the yarn from the anchor peg. What I would suggest that you do is that you would make a little, make a little knot, something that is not extremely tight, but something you can take a loose when it comes time to weave in the ends. So like I said, you just make a little bow tie knot loosely, and you will want to bring that on the end. That way it is coming out, and that is another way to not get it mixed up with your working yarn. So I'm going to wrap it again. So here we go. So you're coming from this yarn, so you're going to go straight across, go around, and like I said, the more you do it, the easier it gets. So we would just keep going around and around. And like I said, this is my first tutorial on YouTube, so please bear with me. So again, we have 4 on this end. We're back at 2. Now we're back at 4 on the end that is away from you. So like I said, you just bring the bottom 2 over. And like I said, you can either do it from, you can either work it on one side or you can do it back and forth. And you see how I just push that down? If I don't feel like pressing all of them down with my hand, I just bring it over and move it down with my hook. Bring it over, move it down. Bring it over and over, move it down. And make sure you bring all 2 down. And I'm going to do this side where it just has 1. So you still just bring it over and push it down. Bring it over, push it down. And again, please make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that your notifications are on, because I will be doing giveaways. I will be doing podcasts. So make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you like this video. Share this video. Share this video as well. And there we go. So that's what it will look like. Like I said, this is to be expected. To one side to be a little looser than the other. That's fine. This is normal. This is normal. So do not get afraid or get scared and figure you're doing it wrong. If it looks like this, you're fine. So that's what it should look like. So I will meet you back here when we are halfway done. So see ya in a minute. So hello, we are back. I went a little bit further than I should have went. So I'm going to show you what I have so far. So far it's measuring about 46 inches. So yes, this is what we have so far. So it should look like this. And then, like I said, I'm going to go back over a couple of things. And this is what it looks like. Now, as you do this more and more, again, you see how the ends, well, the sides are kind of tightening up a little bit. That's going to happen the more you do it. And you will want to pay attention to your tension as far as about pulling it super tight, so that it won't be so tight that you can't knit it over. Okay? So I'm going to do a couple of more rows, probably about 1 or 2 more rows, in case you forgot. Like I said, I kind of went overboard. And again, you can make this as long as you want. This one, I'm going to make it for a toddler. Maybe about a 2 or 3-year-old, maybe a 4-year-old can even fit it. Like I said, depending on who you are making it for, you can make it as long as you want. So yes, we're going to get started again. So like I said, we're coming straight across. So you're going to go around it, and you're going to come back in front, away from you. And like I said, you will, and like I said, you can use your finger to kind of like hold it, because what will end up happening will be that you will end up dropping your stitches a lot, and it will come down, it will come back down. So you will want to put your finger right there to hold it in case you have to stop and do something or whatever. But yes, please make sure that you have your finger right there. And then like I said, I'm still using my mainstays yarn. So again, make sure that you are pulling enough off so you don't have to struggle to get the yarn out. And make sure it's facing the right way, because that also helps as well. So again, and we're gonna get started. So pick up my hook. So again, we're gonna get started, and I will redo it again. So again, if you're coming straight across, you're gonna go around it just like that. And you can hold it from the side, so I'm gonna hold it from the side. So like I said, it's coming straight across. You go around it and you come back in front of the one. That's the number 2 across from it. Do not go straight back across here. You go directly from here to here. And you just keep going back and forth. Back and forth. And you go around here, the last one, and you just bring it right here on the side. And again, you see how you have 4 right here, and you gotta keep holding it, and you only have 2 right here. So again, it's going to alternate between the 2. Sometimes you will have 4 right here, sometimes you will have 2 right here, or like this time you have 4 right here and you just have 2 right there. And you will always want to knit off the one that has the working yarn hanging from it, because if you knit off the rest, this will come apart and that would not be good. So like I said, you make sure you get both from the bottom, and you just pull it over, then you can let it go. And like I said, you can either push these down with your fingers, or you can use your hook, and I will show you. So again, you just knit it over and push it down. Knit it over, push it down. Knit it over, push it down. And like I said, you can make this as long as you want, depending on who it is for. I'm not going to do the fringes on here, but if you want to see me do the fringes, or you want a tutorial on how to do the fringes, please leave a comment below. And also, please make sure that you are subscribed. Please make sure that those notifications are on, and make sure that you give me a thumbs up, and also leave a comment in the comment section. And like I said, you can either push it down with your hands like that, or you can simply push it down with your hook. I tend to do both. If you're, like I said, if your hands are more sensitive as far as having, and sometimes the yarn will get mixed up, so you kind of have to like to separate it. But if your hands are sensitive, as far as like having carpal tunnel, then you would not want to push these down with your hands. So like I said, you get to your desired length, and that will be it. So now we are going to get ready to take this off the loom. So I will give you a second to do 1 or 2 more rows or to catch up, and I will be right back. So stay tuned. Okay, we are back. So now it is time to bind it off. So you will need both of your hands, and like I said, please bear with me because this is my first video. So yes, just bear with me. So again, we're going to start on this side as far as taking the hoops off of the pegs. So again, please subscribe, like, and drop those comments and make sure those bells are on. So again, we're going to get started on this side. So we're going to pick this one up, take it off the loom, and you are going to bring it over, and you're going to kind of like have it hanging off, just like that. So you brought this peg, the loop from this peg over and put it on top. What you are going to do is that you're going to pick this peg up and make sure that you also take that peg that was hanging over off of it as well. So you will go straight across, hold it, take it off, push the old loop off as well, bring this over, pick it up, take it off, and as you can see, it is slowly starting to come off. Again, you're just going back and forth. So we're going to put it on this one, and you can even let it hang on that one to kind of help you. But eventually you will need to take that off, so it will be kind of hard. So just use your fingers like I'm going to do. And I kind of got it hanging over to the side. That way I could still scoop that up. And like I said, pull both of them off. So put it on the old one. Pick the old loop up. Pick the new one up. And pull the old one off as well. So I'm just going to do this for the rest of it. And like I said, you would just go back and forth. So I'm picking this one up. I'm pulling them both off. And like I said, we're just going back and forth until you have all of them off. And like I said, if you want to see me doing the fringes for this, then I will do it. I will make a video, and like I said, if you want me to post it, then I will post it, because I don't want this video to be extremely long and drawn out. So yes, just let me know if you, and sometimes you can drop your loop, but make sure you pay attention to which one it is. Make sure you're taking all of them off. And like I said, sometimes this is why I do not like to use board looms, because it gets snagged on here. So make sure that you go and get you not mainstays, but hoops and threads from Michael's Looms, or check eBay or Amazon. Just do not get bored. And please make sure you check out my other videos as well. Please give those thumbs up as well. And make sure you take both of the loops off. And we're down to the last two. And please make sure you go check out the review for this yarn. I do highly recommend Mainstays yarn from Walmart. And here we go. We're on the last one. So we're just going to pick that up, take both of them off, and keep your hook in the loop until you get it off of the loom. And like I said, you're just going to bring it on through the peg. Going to put that to the side. So yes, this is the end that we started on, and again, this is the end that we're ending on. So like I said, you just bring it on through, and just leave you out a little bit to sew in, just in case you have to. So just probably about an inch or so, or 2 inches or so. Cut it. Pull that working yarn that's coming from the yarn. We're done with that, and there you go. Kind of tighten it up a little bit, but there you go. So yes, and this is what both ends look like. Not a really big difference, but normally I put fringes on my scarves. So yeah, so the fringes will hide the kind of difference that they are, because this side that you started on is kind of loose, and this one is a little bit tighter, but fringes could easily hide that, so that is not a big deal. Or I have found that, because we did have this working yarn here, get you a tapestry needle and go back through the hoop, go back through the stitches right here, and kind of size it up to here. And when you do that, that tightens this up as well. So you do have those two options. It's basically preference, or whatever you want to do. But like I said, we did tie off enough to where, like I said, you can go back and you can go through the stitches here to essentially tighten it up like this, and it can look like this. And then like I said, you could do fringes. So like I said, this would be for maybe a 2 or 3 year old, because it is kind of short. But yeah, so that is my 8-figure tutorial. Again, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and also let me know if you do want me to do the fringes tutorial on this, and I will do so. So please, and again, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for supporting me. If you have ever done anything for me, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. So again, this is the scarf, and like and subscribe. Have a blessed day.